again, everyone. My name is Ina. Welcome back to my channel, Mom Jean's Mom Books. I have some exciting news. I will be doing a series of videos all about cookbooks and food for people who hate cooking, for people who love Asian food, for people who love Cajun barbecue, for people who love to bake chocolate, for people who love beer. There will be all sorts of videos all about food and cooking, so continue to watch these. Hit the subscribe button. Today, I'm starting with something special near and dear to my heart. It's going to be all about Asian cookbooks. So, those of you who know me, you know I love Asian food. I am an Asian American, so I take a lot of pride, especially now that I'm a mother of 3. I really want to introduce my kids to cultures through cooking. And I introduce them through so many Asian cultures through Asian cooking because I can't even think of a single Asian food that I don't like. Those of you who know me know that as we're homeschooling our kids, I like to take on the term world schooling, which is where you are teaching your kids about the world through travel, through the food you eat. You learn bits and pieces of the language as you go. So I think it's just a great approach to introduce your kids to just different parts of the world that is not super close to home without necessarily having to get on a plane. All right, these are 5 cookbooks. There are so many good ones, but I want to show you ones that captivated me. And even if you don't like cooking, I think you'll enjoy just browsing these ones. The first one is called Night and Market: Delicious Thai Food to Facilitate Drinking and Fun Having Amongst Friends. And so it is by Kris Yenbamroong. Kris, I love your book. I'm so sorry if I did not pronounce your name correctly. Forgive me. My name is Ina, and people always have butchered my name for years and years. They try their best, but they still stumble through it. Just know that I think your book is awesome. Anyone who knows me, I keep saying that, but maybe you don't know me. Anyway, anyone who knows me knows that I love Thai food ever since I was a little girl. My little girlfriends and I in middle school used to talk about our dream wedding, and we would plan tiny little details. And I used to always say, I definitely want Thai food and Indian food for my banquet for my wedding guests. And honestly, I still love it just as much as back then. What I love about this book is it has so many, oh, look at this cute Thai lady cooking. I love all of the engaging photographs. Cookbooks, when it comes to people reading cookbooks, they want to see what the end result is going to look like before they go to get some of these ingredients, especially the really obscure ones. And what I love about cookbooks these days, and you know, it is found in a lot of the older ones, but I find especially some of the newer ones, it's uncommon not to see this. They go into the backstory of what cooking and food has meant in their life. They go into the history of the food, and I think that makes it a meaningful and rich experience. So this is no exception to that. Check out Night and Market. Again, find it at your local library or check Amazon, any place that you get books. The next one is Double Awesome Chinese Food. Okay, I'm gonna be real with you. I love Panda Express. I mean, it makes me a little bit sick sometimes at the end, but I still think that it's really good and I keep going back for more. But you might know it is Asian inspired, Chinese inspired. It uses Asian spices, but it isn't necessarily authentic Chinese food. So what I love about Double Awesome Chinese Food: Irresistible and Totally Achievable Recipes from Our Chinese American Kitchen by Andrew, Irene, and Margaret Lee is it goes into the authentic Chinese experience. If you were to visit China and sit family style at a Chinese home, this is what your experience would be like. So I encourage you to get it. It has lots of very simple ingredients. The instructions in this book, they explain things so well. I feel like any person, beginner or not, would find it easy to work through. And here's something that I love too, is it goes into the spices. I always appreciate when cookbooks include, when they give you those little insider tips about the spices they use and why they choose them. The food of India. I already mentioned that I love Thai food. I love Indian food. My best friend growing up, her family is from India. She's Indian American, and I used to really look forward to going to her house when she would have these family celebrations and they would have a wide spread of Indian food, and I was in heaven. So this book was definitely a book that helped me navigate trying to recreate some of those recipes. When I would try something, I would think, that would be really great if I could make that at home. So my husband and I would venture and try to make some of these. A for effort, I will say, but this will definitely help you if you are curious and you want to do a feature on India in your home and talk about facts about the country and include a plate. Again, great pictures, really simple step-by-step, and this book is great too because it goes step-by-step with photos, so it does have some of that in this one. This next book is one that is not formatted like a traditional larger cookbook with lots of illustrations. It does, however, still talk about Asian food. It's called Japanese Women Don't Get Old or Fat, Secrets of My Mother's Tokyo Kitchen. And it's by Naomi Moriyama and William Doyle. And this one is written more in memoir format. It does have recipes, but again, it doesn't have any illustrations. And what I like about it is it's another Asian American who is trying to demystify and understand how food impacts culture, and you know how it's all part of identity. And so I would check this one out. I mean, who doesn't love Japanese food? That's what I'm saying. The last one, because I'm a Filipino American, so who would I be if I did not give a shout out to my culture? This book is called I Am a Filipino and This Is How We Cook by Nicole, Ponseca and Miguel, Trinidad. You guys, I love looking for Filipino cookbooks, and one of my favorite things is when you meet someone and they hear you're Filipino and they say, I love Filipinos, and oh, Filipino food is so good. What are those things called? And if you're Filipino, I know you're laughing because you know exactly what I'm talking about. It's lumpia, guys. Lumpia, those little egg rolls. And there are lumpia recipes in here. I'm not saying it's gonna taste the same as my mom cooks it or Lola and Nanay, how they cook it, because some of these cookbooks, they're beautiful and they really do give the authentic experience. But sometimes what's cool is, well, you know, some people might like this, some people don't, but you have these like grandkids who write these books in honor, paying homage to their grandmother, who is legit, doesn't even look at these cookbooks, and they throw in some like hipster Asian fusion ingredients in there. They're still so good. But I mean, I don't know any of my aunts or my grandma who would ever make a leche flan ube cupcake that you would find at some bakery in downtown LA. They're so delicious, but some of these cookbooks do have sort of that kind of experience. If you want to experiment, or you want to introduce your kid to a new version of it, or you want to just be, you know, these chefs are amazing. They are so creative and how they try to bring it to life and kind of next level it. So you have a little bit of both. You have some of these renditions, and then you have the authentic version. And I'd actually be surprised, I'd be not surprised, interested to see what my mother would find surprising in some of these recipes. If she would look at these and think, oh, I never thought I never thought to put that, because a lot of these cultures, they just use the ingredients that they have on hand that's available to them. They don't have access to some of these newer flavors that the people who create these books think liven up the recipe a little bit more, or maybe serve as an alternative in case you can't find the real thing because it's native to the Philippines, it's native to Japan. All right, those are my 5 selections. I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope it will inspire you to visit your local Asian supermarket. I hope you have one close by. If not, take a road trip, go find one. There's also usually an Asian aisle or international aisle in your regular supermarket. The one thing is, usually things are 5 times as expensive as they would be at an Asian market where there's more of a selection and you have the different products competing with each other. Not everything is in English. But again, I encourage you to visit an Asian supermarket, and it's just fun to go up and down the aisles and think, oh, that looks interesting. I wonder what sort of recipe could come out of buying fish eyes or whatever it is you find. All right, everyone, hit the subscribe button, like this video, and if you want to see more videos about cookbooks, more books about books you want to gift someone. Let's say you're going to a housewarming and it would be the perfect addition because, you know, people want to cook and make their home cozy through food. So it's a perfect housewarming present. Let me know, and also let me know other Asian cookbooks that you enjoy. Leave a comment down below so that I can look into those because I'm always looking for suggestions. All right, everyone, thank you, and I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.